Silver rockets past $52 an ounce. I just made the thumbnail for this video. I just happened to see we're pushing even $53 now as the recording of this video, my friends. There's a lot going on at the shop. I'm going to fill you in what's going on at the shop. It's busy. I'll just say it that way. We're not having lines, just steady, steady, steady. I had to come run home, shoot this video, and I'm going right back to the shop. Help me out with the thumbs up. Don't forget, we will do a giveaway sometime this week as well. I'll post a little doob-dab about it in a video this week. Will it be later this afternoon? Will it be later this week? You're going to have to watch and find out. And don't forget, we got a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll make a special video for that giveaway. This is going to be, I've already shown it several times. We got something else added into the giveaway already. I'll show that in a couple days once again. Once everything's in the giveaway, you're going to want to be subscribed. Let's get into it right now. Silver pushing. Not 52 anymore. Like I said, I just looked at it. We're pushing 53. We're rocketing up in price, my friends. Are you grabbing your silver? For the ones who sat on the sidelines, I warned about it's not going back down to 40. It's not going to go down back to 25. But some people choose to sit on the sidelines. Play the game. This is what I've always said. Cost average your stacks. The price is not going to matter in dollar terms, my friends, because a dollar is going away. It's not going to matter. We're going to have to start realizing that and really realizing what we're going to be able to trade for silver, for services and goods, products we buy every day. When the crap hits the fan, you're going to be happy you have silver, gold, platinum, and copper in your stacks. You're going to be very happy. What's going on at the shop? I told you yesterday we had about 3.5 months of boxes of Silver Eagles came into the shop. They're almost gone once again. As of yesterday and this morning, they're almost gone once again. We have more coming in on Friday. We have another 5 monster boxes coming in on Friday. They're all backdated. I cannot get my hands on 2025s. I just can't. I just cannot find them. They're not available for us. If you're interested in 2025, check out channel sponsor Pinbacks before they are gobbled up. They're running a nice deal on 1 ounce various mint bars, my friends. These are some of the bars you might be getting. They're various mints. Check channel sponsor Pinbacks out now before the price keeps going up. They come in sheets of 20. You don't have to buy 20, but they do come in sheets of 20. What a nice Christmas gift. 20 gifts right there. For 20 people. It's covered. Check them out. You can cut them out yourselves. Put them in stockings. Maybe you get a couple sheets. You get a couple different mints. Put them in a stocking. Have somebody grab it out of a stocking. Grab one bar. Whatever it takes. Maybe you're doing Secret Santa this year for work. Maybe that's what you give this year. A silver bar. Just an idea. Okay, just an idea out there. For people to help people start stacking silver and gold, protecting their wealth away from this, because we know this is decreasing in value every single day. I was looking at sales flyers for Thanksgiving coming up. I gotta tell the story just real quick. Winn-Dixie down here in the state of Florida, selling turkey, butterball turkey. You gotta spend $20 to get it for 99 cents a pound. Well, I look at all these flyers. It was a limit one at Winn-Dixie. I look at all these flyers. It's 97 cents. No limit. It's 2 per person. Well, we normally have turkey for Christmas, Thanksgiving. I got a deep freezer. I'm going to go later this afternoon and get a couple turkeys for 97 cents a pound. Aldi's has some other good stuff on sale this week. Check your local flyers for your holiday season, my friends. Remember, if you eat turkey for Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is the week to grab it up now for both holidays. Because we know, most of us know, or maybe some people don't know, turkey's only going to go on sale one time a year. They might be a little bit cheaper elsewhere. in your neck of the woods. Yeah, you can go to Publix and get it for 49 cents a pound. That's their brand. I'm not a big Publix turkey person. I think it's too dried out. That's just my personal opinion on that. But check your local flies, my friends. Pinch the pennies now. That way you can get more silver, gold, platinum, and copper in your stacks. Every penny right now is crucial to save. If you can save 2 cents a pound, save your 2 cents a pound. You get the picture. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks for all your silver, gold, and platinum needs. On the platinum line, I was talking about the platinum maples yesterday. Pinbacks is gone. They have a handful of platinum eagles in stock. They got a handful of platinum Philharmonic 1 ounce coins left in stock. If you are a platinum lover, check channel sponsor Pinbacks out before they're gone, because we cannot keep platinum in stock at the shop. This is what groundbreaking. This has been going on from about 3 or 4 months now with the platinum. If you are a platinum stacker, you gotta grab it now, because it's not going to be there tomorrow, probably. It's not going to be there. I was surprised how fast they sold out of the platinum maples once again. They will get more in stock. I'm going to keep my close eyes on the platinum status for you all, because platinum is very crucial right now. I know other coin shops, they get it in, and it's right out back out the door again. So that's how fast platinum is moving. Silver Eagles is moving quite fast. I keep reporting on 10 ounce silver bars, 5 ounce silver bars. We're short-handed. People are starting to go to the 1 ounce silver bars now, because we just can't get them. There's plenty of Pinbacks, but at the shop, we just can't get our hands on 10 ounce, 5 ounce silver bars at this time. Something's going on. I do not know what's going on, to be honest with you, with that. Why is there so shortage on the 5 ounce and 10 ounce silver bars? But if that's what your heart contents on that, check your local coin shops. Check channel sponsor Pinbacks. That's all I can tell you folks. Silver is in short supply too. And people laugh when I say that. Oh, coin shop Chris, my shop has plenty. Okay, fine, great. Then go grab it, because it may not be there tomorrow. You know, some people call me a silver pumper. I love that. No, I'm just trying, what I am trying to do is telling people what's exactly going on in the industry. That's all. You know, this is not financial advice telling you to go buy it, don't buy it, sell it, trade it. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to wake people up. I'm here to educate people. That's all I'm trying to do. And my biggest concern is the new stackers that don't ask questions. I urge people, you don't have to be a new stacker to ask questions for one. If you don't know something, you got to ask. You got to ask, because, you know, and you may want to ask multiple people. Don't take everything what I say with a grain of salt, because that may not be what's happening in your neck of the woods. Okay? I get it. I'm hearing from other coin shop. Well, we got plenty of this. Well, I would like to have plenty of this. Trying to keep the shop well stocked right now is quite challenging, because you don't know how much to order, for one. We don't know what silver, gold, platinum is going to be in price. And could we catch a dip? Now look, today we shot up. We're getting very close to 53. I understand the thumbnail says 52. But we're getting very close to 53 now. Sure that we bought more last week, because it went down last week. We're playing the same game. We're cost averaging for the shop, just like we all are cost averaging, where we're all stacking little by little by little. Yes, Andy Scheckman's line. And he does a great job on his channel. He does a great job on Liberty in Finance. He's telling the truth of what's going on. So is Lynette Zane. She is telling the truth too. I'm telling the truth. You know, we all saying about the same thing. You know, yes, those two guys own a business. She owns a business. He owns his own precious metal company. I work for a coin shop. I don't own the coin shop. But one of my jobs is to order for the shop. And it gets challenging. How much should we order? Okay, well, first of all, you got to have room in the safes. So we got to make sure we got room in the safes when the product comes in. Second of all, you don't want to order too much at a time because the price might drop and it just leaves us in the red. So we got to be very careful at the shop as well. And we're playing that, like I said, we're playing the same game as everybody else. Cost averaging. Now, when you buy it cheap and it goes up a couple bucks, it helps the shop out. But we also have sold at a loss. Now, here's the thing that some people don't understand. And I'm trying to make people understand this. Well, if silver goes up, why don't you sell it the same cost you would have sold it for? That's not how it works. Meaning, we bought silver at 50. Okay, let's go back to 45. We bought silver at 45. Our cost now for that same item, silver's at 50 bucks. Say we pay 51, right? We got to make a little bit of money on the premium on top of that. Same thing when silver goes down. Same thing when gold goes down. It's the same that we reduce our prices. We have to keep competitive with other coin shops in the area, with the online dealers. I tell you one thing. The 3 online dealers that give us really a run for our money at the shop. And that's one of them is channel sponsor Pinbacks for one. Hero Bullion's number 2. And Monument Metals. They give us a run for our money at the shop. Sometimes these online retailers can beat us out. But we can always beat out like SD, Bullion. We can beat out JM all the time. AtMax all the time. We can beat out the big boys. All the time. But, sometimes I've told the story before. And it's worth saying the story again. A guy came in probably about a year and a half ago. It was before channel sponsor Pinbacks even offered this sponsorship. And he wanted 3 tubes or 2 tubes of maple leaves. And Pinbacks had us beat by about $15 a tube. And I'm looking at what we spent. I'm like, sir, I can't even match that right now. And he said, well, I would have to go to Pinbacks to buy these then, but I can buy these from you because you are cheaper than Pinbacks on these. And I think there were some Morgan silver dollars at the time as well. So or Eagles, excuse me, they were Eagles. We had Pinbacks beat by $1.25 at that time. Sometimes they can beat us. Sometimes we can beat them. But these 3 companies really give us a run for our money at the shops. Locally here. And we try to pay up. We try to pay up as much as we can at our shop. A lot of times we are a little bit higher than most of the surrounding shops. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because we do pay better up front when people come to sell. But when we come to sell to us, but when we sell to the public, we are probably 10 to 15, 25 cents higher on most silver products from other coin shops in the area. That's just how we do it. Because we pay up a little bit more. And I think that's a fair way of doing it. We're not going back and forth. And that's the way the owner likes to do it. And we get a lot of business still. People still know we are a little bit more. We know you a little bit more, but we like you guys. Sometimes price don't make a difference if you're getting good customer service out there. We try to provide people with all the information that they need. We try to sit down with people. A lot of these shops don't do that. They want you in and out the door. To me personally, it's not the way to run the business. You got to educate people. You got to take a little bit of time. Even though sometimes you're busy, and it's hard. When you're busy, I get it. Because we have always told people, can you come back tomorrow morning when it's less busy? I'll make an appointment for you. I'll give you in half an hour, 45 minutes of my time personally, sit down with you, have a cup of coffee with you, or come back later this afternoon. I'll stay later. Whatever the case may be. That's why we go on Sundays sometimes to help people out. We're doing everything we can at the shop to make people understand what the true value of silver and gold is. You can throw platinum in there. You can throw copper in there. We don't sell a lot of copper. Okay? We don't. We do have some copper rounds. We do have a few copper bars. They move. Not a ton, but they do move. And I think copper will be coming soon. I don't think copper stacking is a bad play. Yes, I understand that some people will say copper rounds are not worth the money. Okay, fine. I understand that, paying $1.50, $1.75 for a copper round when the melt value is only like 28, 29, 30 cents for that round, right? But when this goes away, when that goes away, maybe that copper round or a tube of wheat pennies or half a tube of wheat pennies or copper pennies may be the only thing you need to get the transaction done. So let's not toss a nose at copper. It's okay to stack a little bit. I love the wheat pennies. You guys know that. You girls know that. You guys know I put them on Chameleon page. You know I talk about the wheat pennies have lots on sale on Saturday afternoons. When I get lots put together, I got a nice lot put together already for this Saturday. You may want to stay tuned for that. For this Saturday afternoon. They're all going to be in the teens. 17, 18s, and 19s. 8 tubes coming your way this Saturday. Keep your eyes and ears open for that one. But moving forward, where do we stack down? Because silver is getting close to 53. Maybe after this video gets out, maybe we jump up to 54. Maybe tomorrow we will jump up to 54. It's never a time to panic rush. All right, it's not a time to panic buy. And I never would advise anybody to do that. Because look, tomorrow we could dip. That's just the nature of the beast. And who knows, we may not dip. I don't know that. I don't have a crystal ball. Anybody thinks they know what's really going to happen really don't know. Yeah, we can make predictions. We can look at charts. We can see what's going on in the world. We can see the silver crunch coming. Because silver is going to be in high demand. It is in high demand. We're not producing. They're not producing a lot of silver because there's not a lot of silver left. And we see everybody wants silver. That's going to drive up the price in dollar terms. This is why I say you're not going to get rich off silver and gold. It's there to protect you from the falling currencies. If it's U.S. currency, if it's Canadian currency, if it's Australian, whatever currency you want to base it in. All this is real money. This is just monopoly money. Losing value every single day. Every single day. And this is why I look at sales flyers every week at the grocery stores. If I can save a few pennies here and there, trust me, it adds up. And you'll be able to buy more silver and gold with those savings as well. I deal with people all the time at the shop. I deal with people that can afford a lot. I deal with people who can't afford a whole lot. And that's where I focus on. The people who don't have a lot of cash to spend. Don't get me wrong. I love the customers who can come in and drop 8, 9 grand with no problem. Don't even shake a head at it. It's the people that don't have a lot can come in and buy a round or two, couple of silver dimes, and they're always saying, I'm never going to get there. Never going to. Yes, they will. I've said the same thing. You've heard me say this. It does not come overnight. For the ones that have been stacking for a while, realize this. Realize stacking does not come overnight. Maybe some of us got too much at one time. Maybe some of us are kicking ourselves in the rear ends that we didn't buy more silver when it was $25 an ounce. I always pose this question when someone says that to me at the shop. I'm kicking myself in the rear end. Well, they say a few choice words besides that by not buying more. My question is, did you have the cash flow to do it? And when you ask people this, They stop and think. Well, not really. Well, then how could you afford to buy more then? That's the thing that, don't kick yourself to the rear end. Really think about that question. If you're asking yourself that question, I'm kicking myself in the butt because I didn't go out there and buy more at 25. The question becomes, were you able to afford it? And I believe most people, not all, but most people would say probably not. So how could you get more if you couldn't afford it? Just keep that in mind. This is why we cost average our stacks. Because we're all making money all the time. Or fiat currency. It's really not money. We think it's money, but it's not. We got to get our minds wrapped away from the dollar when it comes to silver, gold, platinum, and copper. We got to really start zoning in on what we can get for service and goods. Because I tell you, the only thing you need to live, you need water, you need food, and you need shelter. Everything else is just extra stuff in your lives. Just remember that. You don't need cable TV. You don't need all these apps on your computer or your cell phones. You don't need all this technology. As long as yes, I understand some people are going to say, well, you can go 3 days, you can go 2 weeks up without food, 3 days without water. But nobody wants to do that. All right, nobody wants to sit there for 2 weeks not eating. So what we really need in life, remember this, is food, water, shelter, and maybe a few family members or friends to talk to pass the time away. That's all you need. That's all you really need. Everything else is just extra crap that we really don't really need. If you really stop and think about it that way, you find out that I'm talking the truth here. Maybe some people need some medical equipment. I understand it. But for most of us, that's all we need to survive. All right? That's all we need. If the power goes out, not saying long term, not saying that. Short term, we've all been through it. I think most of us been through a power outage in our lives. For a couple of days at least, from a storm or whatever, down for a few hours. I know I have. Up in New England, down here in Florida. It's not fun to go out without power, especially down here with the heat, especially during hurricane season. It's not no fun. It's no fun doing up in the winter months up in New England or where it gets really, really cold. It's no fun. But at least you can throw some flannel shirts on, a couple of sweatshirts on, and keep warm that way. Maybe 3 or 4 pairs of socks as well. You get the picture. Moving forward, where's silver and gold and platinum going to go? I think we're moving up, my friends. I don't think we're going to see huge pullbacks. But again, don't use that as financial advice. I'm not no expert. And I really don't like being called an expert because nobody's an expert in any field, in my opinion. Even experts make mistakes. We're human. All right? When someone calls them an expert in this field, especially silver and gold field, I challenge them. With questions from the Red Book. And a lot of times they don't know the answer. They got to look it up. Or they got to look at the Red Book to get the answer. Look, some people know a lot about silver, gold, platinum, and copper. That's fabulous. All right, but nobody knows everything. And I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't know everything. My owner don't know everything. Andy Scheckman don't know everything about silver, gold, and platinum. He knows a lot. Granted, yes. He's been in the business over 30 years. Michael and Brian don't know everything. They've been in the business for a few years at Pinbacks. But, we're still all learning. And that's what this channel was made for, to help people learn. And to build a channel, and maybe I can't answer a question. Maybe one of you can answer in the comment section to answer that question. I don't mind saying to people, I don't know. I'm not going to put out false information and trying to answer a question when I don't know something. That's not the right way of doing it. If I truly don't know something, I'll say, I don't know. Let's get back to me. And normally I can find something out and answer that question. But sometimes I can't. Because I really don't, nobody seems to know the answer. So just keep that in mind. Nobody knows everything. And I do my best to answer every single question I get from you all. Sometimes it's challenging. It's fun. It's fun looking stuff up. You know, when you get a rare round, a silver bar that you've never seen before. The owner's never seen it before. You can't find it on eBay. You can't find it on Etsy. You take a snapshot, send it to other coin shops. They never seen it. It becomes a mystery. Then you start finding, then something will finally pop up online about it. And you start reading it. And this silver bar was made in 1981 at this such and such place. And they minted maybe to be a mintage. Maybe, if you're lucky. Maybe you call the company that originally made it, if they're still in business. That's all been done. One of my moderators did that. Called the company who did that. I posted on my community page probably about 6-7 months ago. Maybe over a year ago, somewhere around that time frame. And he called the company. The company really couldn't tell him much on it. But they even made it. Remember, there's people that quit, got fired from the jobs, people change hands, company changes hands. Maybe any the same company, but it's got new management, and they don't have a lot of information on it themselves. So where do you price this stuff? That's where it comes to be. How rare is it? How many were minted? Where do you price something that you never seen before and you don't know? And what do you offer the customer? Because you don't want to offer the customer way too less, but you don't want to offer the customer way too much. Sometimes, you know, we pass on stuff like that, like we don't have enough information. Let me take a picture, give me your phone number, I'll call you back. And most people respect that. I don't want to take advantage of anybody at the shop. That's not what we try to do. We try to get people paid out as fair as possible so we can make a few bucks. That's all. That's all. Let's keep stacking, my friends. It's little by little. It's not a race here. This is not a race to try to win the finish line. There's no finish line. For the people that believe they have enough, I'll end it with this. Do you have enough of these? The answer is no, then you never have enough silver, gold, platinum, or copper. Just keep stacking as you can. That is my main message on this channel. And please check out my good friend Annie Oakley's channel. I'll post a link to her channel in the comment section below. She's getting very close to 250 subscribers. She's a good person. A lot of you remember her already from other channels. Check her channel out. Let her know that this guy, Crazy Coin Shop Chris, sent you to her. I talked to her this morning. She's a great person. She's a great, great person. She has her viewpoints on silver, gold, and platinum. What the heck is going on in this world? Check her out. She's done with the cornfield. So she's been working her rear end off with her and her family, getting us fed. Feed the animals to get us fed. So thank you, Annie, to you and your family for working your rear ends off in the cornfield, harvesting the corn this year. Thank you again for being an American farmer. Good job, my friends. Good job to you and your family, Annie. God bless you all, folks. Crazy Coin Shop Chris is out. We will see you later today.